Yo, what's up, gems? I just got out of the shower and I'm in some clean PJs. So, of course, I want to plant onions. Let's do it. I am using this 72 cell tray that I got last year. It's still in pretty good condition, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And I'm gonna fill them all up with onions because I want a lot of onions this year. I got plans for these onions. So is 72 too many? It's only too many if I don't have enough seeds. So I'm already off to kind of a bad start. I don't know where my plant tags are. And that's not really super important. I'm only planting 3 different kinds of onions. And I don't know that I really need to know which ones they are. 2 of them are just like sweet yellow onions and 1 of them's a leek. But I feel like I should still know just in case I decide I don't like one of the onions or the leek, or I forget which ones are the leeks. I mean, I should know what the leeks look like, right? They're not the same. They're the same, but they're not the same. So anyway, I'm gonna do some math, split these into like thirds. And we'll just roll with it because that's how I do this. Is it the right way to do it? I don't know. But that's how I'm doing it. So let's get some soil. So I'm going to be starting with these leeks. They're autumn giants. They take forever, but I'm really excited about them. These are from Baker Creek, and the planting instructions say sow indoors in late winter, check. Set outdoors 6 to 8 weeks before last frost of spring into rich, finely worked garden soil. Hill up plants for long white shanks. So my last frost date's still about 18-ish weeks away. So these will have a good amount of time to get started inside before I put them outdoors. But the good part about that is 6 to 8 weeks from my last frost date is still just like the middle of April, beginning of March. So, you know, once these get started and they're frost hardy, so as soon as I get one of these garden beds filled up and these are ready to go outside, I can just do that. So these seeds are small little black looking like kernels, not unlike other onion seeds. I have a pin right here, so I'm just gonna do like the first 4 rows on one side, and then I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Math, look at that. All right, maybe I'll do 3. Let's do 4. I said 4, let's do 4. So I'm just poking a little divot into each of these holes, and I'll sprinkle. I'm just gonna do 1 seed. Normally I would do 2 and then thin it out. If this doesn't work, then, you know, that we're just gonna move on. I've never grown leeks before, so this is like really exciting for me. I think I just dropped you. It's fine. Whatever goes in there is what goes in there. So anyway, Tautona truly lost his manners, whatever ones he had, when I got Royal, who is the beagle, who by nature does not know how to shut up. And Tautona's just been the worst ever since. So, but not as bad as Royal. And then row number 4. Gosh, I could do this like 3 more times. Except I don't have the yard space for it. You know, that's one of the things about her. Like this thing, I barely used any at all. They said there's like a minimum of 200 seeds in here. Even if all 200 of those germinated and grew, I literally would not have enough space to grow all of them. So that's a fun thought. All right, let's move on to onion yellow granics. I got these from the Dollar Seed, and they're non-GMO, organic, and heirloom seeds. There's approximately 110 seeds in this packet. And they were $1, which is my favorite thing. So let's get those in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I haven't shared it yet, but I recently got a new grow light. Last year my setup was not ideal, and everything that I started didn't do great. And so then when I transplanted them outside, they were all still really small and weak. A lot of them dampened off, which is not ideal if you know about that. Dampening off is like when the stem ends up getting soggy because it's not so much that it's overwatered, but the soil is holding on to too much water, and the stem gets soggy and breaks off. And so I lost a lot of tomato plants that way last year, which was very devastating to me. And they all eventually came around, but a lot of things took a lot longer than I thought they should have. And I'm really hoping to prevent that this year. So we'll see if this works. Be a better way than that. All right, and the last 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are onion yellow sweet Spanish. So sweet Spanish yellow onions. So weird order of words. So with these, I really want to be able to keep them. I got both of these yellow onions, and I'm not growing any other kinds of onions other than like the leeks, which barely count, because I really want to be able to preserve them. I want to be able to 2, 3, 4, hold on to them and preserve them. And yellow onions are generally the best for keeping over winter in storage. So I really enjoy red onions. I have not grown any yet. And maybe I'll save that for next year. I don't need it right now. Though red onions would be great in my salsa. So maybe I just lied. Maybe I'll do this again. If you have any tips about starting seeds, I'm not new to this, but I do struggle with it a lot. So if you have any tips to share with the class, like, please leave them below. I will not be using a heat map, at least not for these. I'm still not sure that I'm going to get one at all. And I feel like I've done a lot of research, but I just don't always know like what's, everyone has their own little secrets and their tricks. And so if you have one, I want to hear about it. So leave a note for me in the comments, okay? Yeah, there's some mycelium in here. I love that for these onions. It's a stinky wreck of dirt. still clean? All right, so I did 3 different onions, 4 rows each, for a total of 72. Last year when I was starting my seeds in this 72 pile starter, I just was not impressed by how it happened. So I'm really hoping these onions will take off the way I expect all seeds to take off. For instance, like later when I start my tomatoes, I'm gonna start those in 4-inch pots because this just doesn't work for me for those. So I'm going to start them in 4-inch pots, and that's going to take up a lot of space. And so I'm hoping by the time I'm ready to start those, it'll have been warm enough for a while, and I can maybe just start them out in my greenhouse, and then I won't have to worry about hardening them off very much. It's like, what's the point of having a greenhouse if you're not going to greenhouse your stuff? Speaking of greenhouse, I have something like 20 milk jug containers that I got specifically for the purpose of winter sowing things in. I've not started that project yet, so if that's something you're interested in, tell me that in the comments below, because sometimes I forget to film things. It'll happen eventually, so if that's something you want to learn about or do or talk about, like, let me know in the comments and we'll do that together, okay? All right, I need a spray bottle. I need it for reals this time. So I didn't find a spray bottle. The water that is in here is from my rain barrel outside, and it's been collecting all that good for the last several days, weeks, months. So we'll just go ahead and use this and call it good. Oh, I'm so excited to put this in the ground. I have an update on my compost. It's been very cold because it's winter, and it has not warmed up yet. So there's still time, and I think once it finally gets going, it's gonna get going in a real good way. I think I just might have to wait a little bit longer. My hope is that it will, once it starts going, I can get it turned into usable compost in just like 2 weeks or so. Definitely not there yet, and I think it's going to be at least another month before I can start working up to that goal, unless we get hit with another cold snap. And I don't predict the weather, if you can imagine that. So if anyone has a peanut butter and jelly, no, just peanut butter sandwich, go zip Pudge and put in a good word for me. Thanks. All right. Let's go put my seeds under a grow light. Yay! And they said, let there be lights. So this is my grow light. It's pretty cool. It wasn't terribly expensive. I got it on Amazon, and I can link that for you down in the description if you want to try it out. This is my first year using it, so I don't know if it's any good. I do believe it has the correct amount of lumens, which you need to have about 5,000 lumens in order for these kind of shop light things to work. And it is more of a shop light than it is a grow light, I think. Whatever I link to, just trust that's what it is, okay? One of the features that I really love about it is it has these adjustable straps. You can't really see them, they're wires, and they're very strong and sturdy. You can connect this to multiple lights. So if you want to have it on a shelf system, or if you want to have it across like a whole row, you can connect them all together, which is really exciting. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you want to hang out with me some more, I'll have a video in my end card just in a minute. And I thank you so much for chilling with me. Bye, gems.